We are fighting for our rights. We will fight for our rights. We will stand for our rights. Dear women, this is your time to rise, lead, and to shape the future. Stand together and claim your space in leadership. When women rise, we rise, we rise. We need our rights. In every role, we must lead for a brighter South Sudan. In every role, we must lead for a brighter South Sudan. We are planting the seed. We are the women. We are fighting for our rights. We are the mothers. We are fighting for our rights. We will fight for our rights. We will stand for our rights. We are fighting for our rights. We are the mothers. We are fighting for our rights. We will fight for our rights. We will stand for our rights. Arise, the women of South Sudan, let your voices be heard. We will stand together for every unspoken word. When women rise, we rise, we rise. We need our rights. In every role, we must lead for a brighter South Sudan. In every role, we must lead for a brighter South Sudan. We are planting the seed. We are the women. We are fighting for our rights. We are the mothers. We are fighting for our rights. We will fight for our rights. We will stand for our rights. It is time to stand and fight for our justice. Time to be given what we deserve. Women, we deserve more. Oh, more. 35% is not enough. Together we rise. Yes, we are bold, we can build a future for this land. Build a future for this land. The strength of a nation lies on our hands. We are the women. We are fighting for our rights. We are the mothers. We are fighting for our rights.
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello. I hope you can hear me well. So good afternoon,
Yes.
good morning, good evening to everyone from wherever you are. It is our pleasure to have you here, both online and on ground. We are live in Wau, in Juba, in Kampala, and in various locations where we have our partners, we have our colleagues joining us in this momentum occasion to celebrate the leadership, the resilience, and the triumphant of the women in South Sudan in advancing gender equality. My name is Susan Labot, and I work at SIHA as supporting the regional consortium coordination. And I am here with several of my colleagues. I am here with a representative of our supporters, our development partners. I'm here also with our other colleagues within the women's movement and comrades in the struggle for gender equality. I welcome you all to this occasion, and to all the women who are gathered in WOW. Congratulations, congratulations, and thank you very much for coming together today as we celebrate this wonderful moment. I will be your host for this session, and I understand we have translation. In case you do need translation online and on ground, I believe we have an on-ground interpreter. And for the online, I'm not sure of the interpreter we do have, but I guess we do have an interpreter as well. I would like to recognize, before I proceed, recognize the presence of our regional. Sorry, there is no interpreter online. Thank you very much for that correction. Before we proceed, I would like to recognize the presence of our regional director, Ms. Hala, who is here with us, and also our regional program manager, Ms. Faizat, who is also here with us. And as I said, I will be moderating this occasion. And before I call on our regional director to make a remark, I would like to just briefly give you a highlight of this event. This is an award ceremony, as we communicated to you all. It is an award to acknowledge, recognize the resilience, the leadership of the women in South Sudan from various footsteps of advocacy. This recognition is based on one of the projects or the initiatives that SIHA has been implementing in South Sudan for the last 4 to 5 years. And this is under one of our projects called We Cannot Wait. The project is anchored on the need to build a diverse women's movement to champion change, social norm, and gender equality within the greater horns of Africa. For this particular award, we are looking at the fact that notwithstanding the difficulties in the region, women's human rights defenders and activists have persistently continued to front women's rights and gender equality in South Sudan to ensure that dignity for all in the country is respected. We acknowledge that women's rights organizations and activists are influencing grassroots movements. You are documenting, reporting human rights violations, and standing as frontline emergency responders to human rights violations, especially on women and girls. This resilience often is underlooked and not given its due credit or recognized. However, SIHA and particularly under this project would like to appreciate this resilient and exceptional leadership that the women have shown amidst all the difficulties of advocacy. This award process has come a long way. We sent out proposals for the women. Thank you. We sent out proposals for the women to nominate a recipient for this award. It was widely circulated in South Sudan. And for transparency and to ensure that this award is a representative of the country, there was an independent committee that was constituted to look into the various applications that came through. We must say that over 30 applications were received. It was very difficult for the committee to sieve out, but there were 3 outstanding applicants that we will be recognizing today. With this few introduction and a highlight of this process, I would therefore like to welcome our regional director, Ms. Hala, who has been at the front of supporting the women's movement and our advocacy in South Sudan, who has stood firm and been extremely resilient in her wisdom, in her mobilization to ensure that the women's movement within the Greater Horn of Africa stands to the true test of challenging patriarchy and ensuring that a diverse movement within the region is vibrant to challenge the various forms of inequalities faced by women and girls in the region. Hala, you're most welcome, and please make your opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Susan. Sisters and brothers in South Sudan, and my sisters who are present at the virtual space, I welcome you to this very great opportunity where we honor the tedious struggle of the frontline women activists and women rights defenders and leaders of the community in South Sudan. And I cannot speak enough about the strength, about the resilience of South Sudanese women amid the different circumstances, difficulties, and challenges. Yet they remain committed and they continue to work tirelessly for gender equality, for access to justice, and for peace. And we have at SIHA have learned a lot from all of you women activists who are navigating. We understand that you are navigating such a complex environment, and you are trying as much as you can, to amplify the voices of your networks of women and girls across the region, and of carrying the cause of women's human rights forward. I'd just like to stress that this award is an opportunity to recognize all our partners and all our networks of grassroots women, and the fact that we acknowledge some of you, that should make all of you, as it's making all of us, proud of the efforts and the work that's being done, because none of us can stand alone without our coalitions and our network of women. None of us can actually accomplish alone. We're very much connected and reliant on each other's capacity and commitments, to accomplish our goals and to continue working for women's human rights in South Sudan. I would also like to stress the importance, of women rights defenders and of women organizations during these difficult times, where the women movement and the feminist movement across this region and across the African continent is struggling to access and maintain resources amidst one of the most difficult and hard, funding cuts and availability of resources. And to say clearly that the work of women organizations and the work of women rights defenders is not a side business, and it's not something that should be looked at as something minor. Our work is keeping communities together, and our work is sustaining peace, and our work is saving lives every single day. To that extent, the work you are doing is very, very critical for our community. And we really hope that we come together and we strategize around these difficult circumstances, and we continue to do our work. Because what we are doing, we're not doing this, for the international community, the work we're doing this work, for our communities. And because we are accountable to them, and because we are accountable to the women, and because we are really having sincere and genuine aspirations for peace and for justice and equality. And we call on all the friends and the colleagues from around the world, and those who are joining us also in this space, to join efforts with us and continue to support the pursuit and the struggle of the South Sudanese women, and to honor their efforts, and to honor, the accomplishment that they keep, achieving every day. Thank you very much, Susan, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hala, for those very exceptional words of encouragement. It is true that, we are not only celebrating 3 exceptional women, but we are celebrating the entire women's movement in South Sudan, and we are acknowledging a vast contribution that has been made by a vast group of different activism that have been taking place in the country. Now moving on, as a moderating online, I'd like to inform us all that I am co-moderating this session with my colleague Sebla, who is on ground in WOW, and I hope you are around with everyone in WOW, my co-host.
Yes, we are.
All right, thank you very much. I will be giving you an opportunity to pick up from a certain point. But for now, just to really reconfirm that this award process was very, very vigorously transparent. That there was an elaborate process that was instituted at SIHA with support from our colleagues from South Sudan, and it took us time to actually round up on the 3 applicants. And this is because we wanted to make sure that there is a true representation of what is on ground, and that all efforts are duly appreciated. As I stated earlier, that the committee we had was we had external evaluator who was together with us, one of our dear sisters who is very prominent within the women's movement in South Sudan. She was part of the committee that guided this process as well. So we are confident that the 3 nominees or the recipients of the award today duly deserve this wonderful recognition. And without further ado, I will then introduce the 3 recipients. I hope you are at WOW and you're present. And as I read out their bio, please let's celebrate each and every one of them. I will, pardon? All right, okay. Okay. I think there was just
I think it's over to Sabil now to introduce the winners.
All right, yes, Sabil, please proceed from here.
Thank you very much, Susan. With us here in WOW, we have DGs from the Ministry of Gender, and also DG from the Ministry of Peace Building. They are with us in the house, and the chairperson of Women Coalition, and all the Women Coalition members. They are here with us in the hall. And also we have the families, the friends of the award winners who are here also with us in the hall to celebrate. And we have our 3 award winners who are also here with us. Now, we also, not forgetting, we also have a media fraternity. 3 media houses are also here. iRadio, Voice of Hope, and Radio Miraya to cover this special occasion. So to start, we have one of the award winners, Julieta Lino Alberto, a young voice. Julieta, a young voice uplifting women through media and civic engagement. Julieta is a young dynamic advocate who has dedicated over 6 years to advancing women's rights since completing secondary school as a volunteer at Voice of Hope Radio in WOW. She has consistently used her platform to amplify the voices of women and girls, contributing content and ideas to both the radio and to its partners, including local, national, and international organizations. Her deep commitment to the women's agenda has earned her the opportunity to represent women at state, national, and regional levels. She remains leading contributor to women's advocacy at the WOW Civic Engagement Center, where she works to design impactful programs and raise critical issues affecting women and girls in the region. Julieta's unwavering grassroots involvement, especially as a youth leader, is inspiring a new generation of gender equality advocates in South Sudan. Key achievement of Julieta and impact. Julieta documented over 50 women voices in 2024 through history writing and engaging women in live program presentation. That is to discuss women agenda such as women leadership and participation, women peace and security, access to justice through discussing legal framework that protects women and girls. Julieta also reached over 1,000 women and girls advocating for participation of women in local structure through dialogue engagement with community leaders and radio talk show. Julieta as well developed one position paper on the voice of women in peace building and their voice on the current peace agreement at the state level. This was done in collaboration with SIHA Network and shared with the Ministry of Peace Building, Ministry of Gender, and Government's Office. Julieta as well trained 75 women on peace building and conflict mediation in WOW County, which later facilitated outreach activity that focused on the participation of women in the election, constitution-making process, and girl child education. Lastly, Julieta advocated for the inclusive intergenerational leadership structure in different women associations and women union. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Julieta. Julieta? So as she received the award, she will have a chance to give her vote of thanks. So we are inviting over Director General from the Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Director General from the Ministry of Peace Building in the state, and the Chairperson of Women Coalition in the space to hand over the award to Julieta Lino Alberto. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the award is given to the Ministry of Peace Building, and then the DG from the Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare. So 5 minutes, both of them. Okay. You can, yeah, we want to see people. Pues, Nahar Kunsei.
She says no when he's wrong. She says yes when he's right. She cries, but she.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be one of the women awarded for women human rights defenders. But I am so happy that, as I stated earlier, sometimes we have women at the grassroots level who are really doing a lot work to the women and to the community in advancing the gender equality and the fight for women in South Sudan, but most of the time their efforts went unrecognized. But I'm happy and I'm really grateful to SIHA Network for coming up with this initiative. And that really shows us that whatever kind of work that we are doing at our different level, as it's always said that hard work pays, and that's why today we are celebrating the amazing women who are winning the award this year. And as well, it will be another encouragement for me to move forward and enhance my work in advancing the gender equality agenda for women in WOW and South Sudan as a whole. So it's my pleasure and honor, and the women in Gaza and the women in South Sudan will always remain in my heart, with this award and without this award. Because this award, it means nothing if what we are doing does not have an impact in the community. But when we see that what we are doing for is really happening, that's the real award that we really need as the women and girls in South Sudan. Today we are celebrating, so I don't want to talk long. We shall have another day whereby you shall come and share. But otherwise, thanks so much to SIHA Network, and thanks to the women from that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julieta, for these brief remarks. Now I present you the second awardee from South Sudan, mobilizing voices and leadership in Jonglei and beyond. Ratwal Adao. She is a visionary founder and executive director of Women Empowerment Center, South Sudan. Through her leadership, Women Empowerment Center, South Sudan has mobilized and supported 8 excluded women's groups, totaling 240 members, focusing on awareness raising in gender-based violence, human rights, and women's empowerment, reaching over 8,000 people. In 2019, she led a bold march under the Crown of Women Voices and Leadership campaign to the Jonglei Governance Office, successfully advocating for increased representation of women in leadership, resulting into the appointment of 3 female ministers in the state cabinet. Her continued lobbying led to the historic inclusion of 2 female chiefs in bench codes, 1 female traditional chief and one woman civil administrator at the Payam level, at a breakthrough in a male-dominated region. Her impact also expands to North Bahr al-Ghazal, where her organization implemented UNICEF-funded social and behavioral change communication project, reaching over 1,000 people across 5 counties with key messages addressing early and forced marriages, denial of women's rights, rape, domestic violence, and illiteracy. Adao fearlessly activism has reshaped community norms and empowered women across state lines. Adao's achievements and impact include: she used advocacy model to advocate for women's and girls' agenda through community-based women empowerment program. She also formed 8 VSLA village and loans association group, including people with disability and women residing at the POC in Bor. The initiative has increased confidence for women taking leadership roles within the group. She provided people with disability equal opportunity for serving, participation in economic activities, and increased household income to support their lives. Lastly, many women were able to pay for land demarcation and secure plots of land for their residents. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Adao, mobilizing voices and leadership in Jonglei, in stories, and beyond the stage. I'm calling upon you.
She's not afraid to lose you. All she wants is to be a friend and a soulmate. Strength of a woman. She says no when it's wrong. She says yes when it's right. She cries, but she loves, 'cause she wants things to be right between you two. That's
So Adao received her gift, and now over to her to give a brief word of thanks. You don't want to open the gift? Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Before I proceed, this success is for all of us. And behind the success, I have my staff in the house. They should stand up and see them so that you see how they. So this is the women empowerment team. They all move away from the state, Northern Bahr al-Ghazal, Jonglei, and Juba. You see how they are moved. They are also feeling it. It's not mine, but they know how hard work they have been working for us to save the life of the community. Thank you. I'm sweetness because this is the beginning of the struggle. To me, it is the beginning of the struggle. So all the protocol remain observed, and I would like to thank the SIHA leadership, the regional team, and also our fellow women, the women rights defenders also was there in WOW office. Thank you very much. And also in Juba, bringing us all across the states to come to WOW to celebrate the good day for all of us, not our day, the spirit. To begin with my speech, it is costless to serve our community. It is painful when we move left and right. When women are suffering at the grassroots, we are not standing up for their voices. We have the disability, we have the sex workers, we have the people with HIV. We know, and even the widows, they are all suffering, but we are moving left and right. We are celebrating the survival. It is painful. Today, we are here to begin with them. Our problem has increased. Girls are not going to school. They are being raped day and night. They are being forced to be women when they're still young. Women are being forced out of their families to be single mothers. They are not being catered for. Our children are street children, and they are not going to school. Let's stand together and we promote gender equality and equity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adao, for this brief vote of thanks. We appreciate you for that. Now going today, we have called the third award winner, the second, and now we are going to the first. And the first award winner is Maulana Musa Manyang. Championing legal aid for survivors in fragile contexts. Musa Manyang is a tribalizing human rights defender and legal expert, serving as a commissioner of oath in WOW, and a member of Central Committee of the South Sudan Bar Association. In one of South Sudan's most fragile and marginalized regions, she boldly provides legal aid to female survivors of violence, many of whom are married to security personnel, placing both the survivors and their defenders at high personal risk. Muna founded the Alliance of Women Lawyers, a grassroots organization committed to promoting access to justice for women and girls. Her work goes beyond the courtroom. She actively speaks out to encourage women's participation in leadership, arguing them to keep up positions in local government and decision-making bodies. Munas encourages legal as Simon and unshakable belief in women's rights makes her a powerful force for justice in South Sudan. Her key achievement and impact: she successfully prosecuted a GBV case involving 14-year-old rape victims, resulting in a 10 years sentence for the perpetrator. She led community outreach and radio awareness sessions on legal aid and access to justice for women and girls, creating significant local impact and increased reporting of GBV cases, with a significant number of over 50 GBV cases being reported per month. Established the Alliance of Women Lawyers and able to present to court over 150 women and girls-related cases. She represented a 5-year-old rape victim in a will, with the perpetrator executed in 2023. This year, Muna was able to provide over 30 free legal aid service to women and girls who cannot afford to pay for a legal aid fee. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Muna to receive her award as one of the South Sudan women human rights defenders at the fragile in struggling for human rights and gender equality in South Sudan. Muna, welcome.
So is true and pure. She's not afraid to lose you. All she wants is to be a friend and a soulmate. Strength of a woman. She says no when it's wrong. She says yes when it's right. She cries, but she loves, 'cause she wants things to be right between you two. That's woman. When the
So I'm inviting over Muna to give a brief remark. Word of thanks.
في البداية الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم، مساء الخير. أنا بشكر ربنا كثير لأنه ربنا مدبر كل الأمور. بشكر كثير زميلاتي مدافعات عن حقوق النسوان والبنات الموجودين في القاعة هنا كلهم متمثلات في هيومن كواليشن. أنا بشكر منظمة بتاع الصحة كمان، لأن هي دائما الداعم الرئيسي والأول لكل المدافعين عن حقوق المرأة والنساء في الولاية وفي جنوب السودان وكل. سعيدة كل السعادة بالجائزة، وأنا بهدي الجائزة للزملاء والزميلات المحامين والمحاميات، خصوصا الزملاء التابعين في ألاينس وفيمن لوير. مولانا جيمس موجود، أستاذة إيفا موجودة. الجائزة دي جائزة بتاعنا كلها. أنا بهدي الجائزة كمان لوالدتي موجودة هنا. بهدي برضه لأمي التانية. الجائزة ده بمثابة تشجيع وتحفيز كبير جدا بالنسبة لي. أنا كنت قاعدة أناضل وبشتغل مع النساء في كل المستويات. عملت كثير من القضايا. أنا ما كنت منتظر جائزة وما متوقع جائزة في الوقت ده. لكن ده ما حصل وحصل بخير، وتشجيعت أن الزول يستمر كثير ويعمل كثير لأنه القدام ده أكبر من كده بكثير. شكرا كثير.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Maulana Muna, for this brief vote of thanks. And now I'm handing it back to Susan before I call all the participants to turn on their camera for group photo. Susan.
Thank you very much, Mike, for the wonderful work and that you've done. Once more, congratulations to all our recipients of the award, and congratulations to everyone who has contributed to the visibility and also to the efforts of our awardee today. And as well, thank you to everyone for coming in to celebrate with the recipient and with SIHA all together. This brings us to an end to our function. It was brief, but we hope that it has been impactful. And I will, at this moment, call on my colleague from SIHA, the Regional Program Manager, Ms. Faizad Badmusari, to give a closing remark to you all. Thank you, Faizad.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you, everyone, for this the ceremony and the brave women that we have just honored. But like Hala said at the opening, it's not one award, but for everyone, the whole South Sudan women is who we're celebrating. So I just want to say, as we close this moving ceremony, we should just take a moment to reflect on the power and the courage, conviction, and community. Looking at the room in WOW and seeing the community and the support, it's been very moving and it's been very encouraging. So the three women who we have honored today, individuals who, in the face of enormous personal risk, they've stood firm for justice, dignity, and the rights of most marginalized. Their work has reminded us that the struggle for human rights is not just a profession, but it's a calling. It's relentless pursuit to make visible the invisible, to speak when silence is safer, and to act when the cost is high. Let the award be a celebration and a call to action for all of us to continue the incredible work that we do every day, supporting those who risk everything to make our society a more just, more human, and more free society. Just like the vision of SIHA to create a just and equitable world for women and girls in the Horn of Africa. To the honorees, thank you for your courage. You inspire us all. And to the women of South Sudan, thank you for your continued resilience. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Ms. Faizad. From all of us online, I know the celebration is continuing there in WOW. And my colleagues Bibiana and Bakita, the team on ground, please continue the celebration with everyone who has joined us at this moment in WOW. To the recipients of the award will get in touch with you at a later moment, and we will also continue with communication with you on the way forward after this celebration. So from us online, we say thank you very much, and we wish you all a wonderful celebration. Bibiana and my co-moderator, please, you can take on the celebration in WOW. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
We will fight for our rights. We will stand for our rights. Dear women, this is your time to rise, lead, and to shape the future. Stand together and claim your space in leadership. When women rise, we rise, we rise. We need our rights in every role. We must lead for a brighter South Sudan. In every role, we must lead for a brighter South Sudan. We are planting the seed.